Hi there and welcome back to The Bridge. So in today's video we're going to prepare a sweet study snack of oat crisp, which consists of 7 ingredients which are probably already in your cupboard. So the first ingredient is oats, the second is baking powder, which you don't have to add. The third is salt, we're just going to add a pinch of it. The fourth is either honey or sugar depending on your preference. The fifth is an egg, but if you're vegan or you're allergic to egg, you can replace this with 1 teaspoon of baking soda and a tablespoon of vinegar or yogurt or mashed banana. There's so many other alternatives for egg. So the first thing I'm going to do is preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 356 Fahrenheit, and then you're going to pour a cup of oats. Here I'm using a 250 ml cup, measuring cup, but you can use a normal cup. And then I also have a 60 ml measuring cup to pour my sugar or honey, and I'm just going to pour in 30 ml. So that's halfway of that measuring cup, but it could be more depending on how much sugar you desire. If you don't have a measuring cup, 30 ml is 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 60 ml will be 4 tablespoons of sugar. The next thing I'm going to do is add half a teaspoon of baking powder, but remember the baking powder is a raising agent, and if you don't add it, it will taste completely fine. It just makes it look a bit prettier, which is not necessary when you're making student snacks for yourself. The next thing is to add just a pinch of salt. Next thing I'm going to add is butter, right? And I'm using Stork normal brand, and I'm going to put 60 ml into a 60 ml measuring cup. But if you don't have a measuring cup, it would be 4 tablespoons of butter, and I'm just going to put it in the microwave so that it's melted and can mix easier. Next thing is I'm going to put my egg, crack it and stir it just before putting it into the bowl. But remember, again, if you're vegan, there are so many other alternatives. The last thing is to add anything that you prefer, right? Things that you like. You can add ground cinnamon or coconut. I enjoy coconut so much. I know there's people who just don't like coconut, but I'm a huge fan. If you want more oats, you are more than welcome to add more, depending on how your mixture is. So if it's a bit dry, wouldn't recommend adding more oats, but if it's a bit moist still, you're more than welcome to add more. So I decided to also add some cinnamon. I added half a teaspoon, but you are more than welcome to add however much you'd like, depending on how much you like cinnamon. And if you don't like cinnamon at all, remember, you are not obliged to add it. Don't forget to give it a little taste to see whether or not you'd want to add more sugar or anything you like. So take a baking tray or a baking pan, and you're just going to put butter on it so that the mixture doesn't burn. You can use a spray if you want. You can also use a baking paper, like baking tray paper. And the next thing is I'm just going to pour my mixture into the pan and then flatten it out so that it's nice and even, but it doesn't have to be perfectly even. So last thing, I'm going to put this mixture into the preheated oven for 20 minutes. If you are someone who knows that they like a lot of sugar, then add a lot of sugar. So instead of the half that I put, you can put more than that. But I prefer to have it be less sugar because I don't want to eat something too sugary because it's just not that great for me. So the next thing we're going to do is just to break it apart into any sizes that you prefer, whether it be big, whether it be small. Put it into a container and put it in the cupboard until whenever you want it. An example of the last ones I made are these ones, and although they came out a bit crumbly, right, they're still edible. You can still eat them, guys. It doesn't have to turn out perfect. These ones are with way less sugar because my mom prefers less sugar. So that's just to say, if you are looking for something a bit healthier, then I would say add less sugar, or instead of sugar, add a little bit of honey and no vanilla essence. And yeah, if you're looking for something that isn't junk, right? But I kind of like a bit more sugar. So thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope you enjoy your snack, and hope you have a good week ahead. Happy halfway of the week, and may God bless the rest of your week. Bye.